Hey everyone, I'm here with Brendon Ford, CTO of Provoke, who have done some work with Windows Phone 7 and Azure. We're going to talk to them about that. So Brendon, I understand you've built a couple of applications and also you have an internal competition to build applications. Can you tell us a bit about the apps you built?
Yeah, so really we had two opportunities around building applications for Windows Phone 7. One opportunity is around commercial applications and for businesses that we work with, New Zealand Rugby, and so we went through and built a All Blacks app for them, which allows people to catch up on what the All Blacks are doing and get live game scores and see where they're touring and what and when. The second application that we built that we've just released that came through over Christmas is the Flybys application, which allows people to log in and check their balance, and there's a scan of their Flybys card number and such like. So those were the two sort of business-based applications. The other applications that we built is before the launch of Windows Phone 7 in New Zealand, we had an internal competition, and basically it was put out to everybody that had any form of development skills or an interest to learn, that they could build an application, and as long as we got it into marketplace submission before launch, then we'd buy them a Windows Phone 7. And they'd be theirs to keep as a reward for the effort. One example of one app is an app called Want. Another example of an app was photo card, so you can in effect take a photo and create your own postcard and then email it off to people. There was a productivity app, there was a calorie counter app. So just different little ideas. Okay. It was more about the guys having a play with the tool set, and in some respects convincing themselves that it wasn't a massive jump from doing .NET today and Silverlight today to building on the phone. And they just basically did it outside of hours, shared learnings, and away they went. So
that kind of, I guess, answers the question a bit about why you chose to develop Windows Phone 7 in the first place.
Yes. Yeah. So as a business, Provoke, we do a bunch of web-based development, and we do a bunch of .NET, we do a lot of Silverlight and HTML and such like. So when the platform came along, we just basically said, well, is there a business opportunity for us? And we believe there is. Is it a platform that we should be playing? And we believe, yes, we should be playing in it. And as a business, what would it cost to actually get into that marketplace and start building stuff? And we felt that the cost of entry was pretty low because we had a bunch of mature .NET development skills, we had a whole bunch of Silverlight skills, and in our business we've got a whole bunch of design skills around designing great applications for whether it be in a browser, on a phone, on TV or anything like that. So it was a pretty easy decision to make.
So as the CTO or the manager of Provoke, how did you find the experience of developing? How was it quick or slow for developers to get through the applications?
I think one of the great things about Windows Phone 7 is that the developers were excited and engaged. And as soon as you get excitement in amongst a development audience, they naturally want to solve problems, they naturally want to develop in it, and they want to do it themselves. So guys were doing it inside work hours and outside of work hours. And so that excitement was really positive in our business. Yeah. Some days I think people get a little bogged down in business software development, but this stuff's a bit more fun. So that's real appealing for us in the business.
So you developed a Windows Phone 7 application for this internal competition?
Yep. It was just a simple wish list application that allowed you to go around and kind of window shop, take a few pictures of items you see as you're out and about, and it records a location and saves a list for you, and also brings it up on the map control so you can have an overview for later.
How did you find the Windows Phone 7 development experience from go to work?
The development story for Windows Phone 7 is really familiar for a .NET developer, which makes it really easy to transition into developing Windows Phone 7. You've got the whole tool stack there. It's built on WPF, and a lot of the concepts that you use in your kind of everyday development you can bring over, and that makes the transition really easy.
What was the most difficult or frustrating experience you had with Windows Phone 7 development?
The most difficult problem, personally me, I wasn't that used to WPF, so I was getting used to the whole declarative syntax. But in terms of more generally, I think it'll be getting used to the device's limitations. It's not like it's a big powerful computer, you can do what you want. You've got to watch things like how many items you put on the list, how many photos you try to display at once, and a lot of my development time was actually trying to get rid of those performance issues.
For us as a business, Provoke have got a focus on the cloud, and Azure is certainly part of that. Azure is important to us because it gives us another option of where we can host customer sites. And so we've been aggressively looking at every opportunity that we basically build an application for the web and say, well, where should this live? Should it be an on-premise? Should it be a data center? Or should it be Azure? And what we're basically finding is, in certain scenarios like a microsite where someone just wants to put something up, run it for a month and then destroy it, Azure is actually a pretty good candidate. Even something as basic as a Christmas card, an electronic Christmas card. We had a customer just before Christmas, they wanted to do an electronic Christmas card. Literally we got it up and going live within a day, including putting some HTML together and getting sign off from the customer. It will run for 2 months and then it will be destroyed. And for us that's a really easy decision to make. We didn't have to fire up a server, we didn't have to go and put it on a shared platform. And in some respects there's not much tidying up, it's really clicking a delete button.
How did you find the cost issue of working with Azure? So
in that scenario, it's really competitive. I think $60 or $80 for a month worth of hosting, all care, no responsibility. Azure flicks out warning notices when traffic volume starts to go up. So if we wanted to change that, we could turn it off at any point, and that's going to kill the cost. Paying for it's easy. Just throw the credit card in your way and racing. And then we've got other scenarios like businesses like Flybys or like the All Blacks. I think there's some massive opportunity. When the All Blacks go and play a game, I think we can imagine that it would be really great to have a site that we could spawn up, run for the test match and then take down, and they only pay for that 4 or 5 hours worth of traffic. That's hard to do for me in a data center.
So any key tips or gotchas for other people looking at the Azure platform?
With Azure, I kind of feel it's a little bit suck it and see and keep a good eye on it. But just be aware of the unknown and be prepared to make an investment in learning because it's a different platform.
Right, that's fantastic, Brendon. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.